Okay, so I told you I'd post a video demonstrating how to play the math games I sent home with you. The first one is multiplication squares, and this is one most of you had a chance to play at least once during free time in the classroom. I'm just going to go over it again. So you play with two people, and you need two different colored pencils or markers or whatever you're going to use, pens. So we are going to have Tweety Bird is going to be lime green, and Cleopatra, which I know this is ridiculous. This is from some obscure kids cartoon from the late 90s, is going to be the other player, and she's going to use the blue marker. Okay. So one person starts. So the goal of the game is each of these numbers is surrounded by 4 dots. So you're going to roll your 2 dice and multiply them together. And whatever your product is, you can connect 2 of the dots, not diagonally, but linear, horizontally or vertically around that product. And if you are the person who completes the box around a number, you get a shaded in. So let's have Tweety Bird go first. And Tweety rolled a 4 and a 6. 4 times 6 is 24. So now Tweety should look for a 24 somewhere on the sheet. And there's usually more, well, there's always more than one. So there's one here, there's one there, one there. They're all over the place. So for the first turn, it doesn't kind of matter too much. So Tweety's just going to make his line there. Okay, now it's Cleopatra's turn. And Cleopatra rolls 2 1s. 1 times 1 is 1. So she needs to look on here for a 1. And she, oops, got to use blue for Cleopatra. So Cleo is going to go right there. All right, it's Tweety's turn again. Tweety rolls a 1 and a 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So now Tweety's going to look for a 3. Now Tweety, because he's smart, he says, you know, there's a 3 right next to the 8. If I make a line there, I'm adding a second line around the 8 and then putting one around the 3. So that's a good strategy. Okay, now it's Cleo's turn. 1 and a 5, she's got a 5. And she kind of can do the same thing. There's a 5 right next to the 1 that she put a line next to. So she, oops, yeah, she's going to do this. That's a good one for her. All right, Tweety's turn again. A 3 and a 6, it's an 18. So Tweety is going to look for an 18. And again, this looks like a good one. You don't have to put them close to ones you've already done, but lots of times when you get one between 2 numbers you're trying to block in, it's like you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So there's Tweety's 12. Now it's Cleopatra's turn again. She rolls a 2 and a 2. That's a 4. So she can put a line next to a 4. And look at this. Wow, that worked out really well. Or, ooh, even better, over here is a 4. And if she puts a line here, she's got this 5 almost blocked in. The only thing is, if Tweety rolls a product of 36 or 5, Tweety could be the one completing this and getting her square. So that's one of those. She's kind of taking a risk, but she's going to go with that. Okay, now it's Tweety's turn. Tweety rolls a 2 and a 4, which is an 8. So he didn't get lucky enough to be able to get that. He can put another line around this 8, and again he's taking a risk, because if Cleo rolls one of these numbers, she could complete this box and shade it in for herself, but he's going to risk it. Put a line there. All right, one more turn for Cleopatra. 4 times 3 is a 12. So she could go ahead and put this here. That makes potentially 2 boxes that could be completed on the next turn. And again, just because these are green doesn't mean Cleopatra can't claim them. She just has to be the person that makes the fourth line that completes a box. So she's going to risk it. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because this is just me playing a game, but that gives you an example of how this gets played. Okay? All right.